Okay, so it actually doesn't take that long to go and get through this forest, but either way, like, I think it's still quicker to save and quit. But what we want to do with Kohiro is we take him, like, over here, and this, like, half-dead looking dude is just sitting here with his bags, and like, Kohiro, why? Normally only a nice guy like me could tame you, which means you must be a nice guy. You must be. Please, Mr. Nice Guy, please deliver this stuff to the old hag in the potion shop in Kakariko Village. This will disappear if you take too long, so you gotta hurry. Okay, sure, whatever. He awkwardly prays above his head and gives you an odd mushroom. So yeah, this is where the trading quest really begins for the reward that we're getting from it. I don't want to spoil what it is, even though I'm pretty sure everybody knows. But I only got about here on the trading quest before I couldn't figure out what the hell to do anymore. Actually, I think I got Kohiro and then I couldn't figure out what the hell to do with it. Because that guy is really not obvious. It's really not obvious that you're supposed to take him the chicken. I'm pretty sure. He might say something when you're a kid because he's in Kakariko and then he goes to the forest, gets lost and such, but I don't know how he gets lost. He's literally like one step from the village. Well, not literally one step, but he's pretty goddamn close, is what I'm saying. By the way, if you run into trees with the horse, I love this. It makes this like awkward clicking sound, like you just hit it with the sword when its back hoof hits it, or when its front hoof hits it, or something like that. I don't actually know, but now it's nice and sunsetty, and please get in before the wolf. God damn it! Now I'm gonna have to play the sun song, and then I don't know if the timer goes away if you play the sun song. I know if you try and warp between places using the warp song, like the Minuet of Forest, then the timer will go basically to 0, and then you won't be able to complete the thing. You actually have to run there, and I think there's some of them I think you need the horse for. I'm not actually too sure. It looks like playing the sun song is fine. I didn't actually know. Like, I remember this one time, like, the first time I actually tried doing this trading quest, I used one of the warp songs to get to Lake Hylia, and because you get a warp song later that brings you there, and I don't really know how. I haven't really shown Lake Hylia yet, but we'll show it later. Okay, later, child, later. I can't be bothered to sit here with you awkwardly all day and almost drop down a hole, which would have been really awkward if I did. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been, because this isn't the Cucko thing, and you can go in the hole and it'll be fine. Everybody, you have something. Yeah, blah, 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 shut up. Where are her eyes? Like it's so awkward to see because Link was, like, holding his mushroom out. But look at where her eyes are, like, below her eyes, like, on either side of her nose. What is that? Is that, like, her face sloping outwards to her eyes? Who has a face that's shaped like that? Like, there's some pretty awkward-looking people in this game, but, I mean, she takes the cake. She's probably the most awkward-looking one in this game. The entire game, like, it's ridiculous how awkward some of these characters look. Like, these two guys, these two bros that are, like, gonna be laughing as I walk by them. They're just like, ha 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 ha, oh, this tree is such a comedian. Oh, it cracks me up all the time, man. It's ridiculous. But, like, yeah, there's some really awkward looking people in this game. Like the Ganondorf, the green ginger. Like, I didn't know gingers could be green. Actually, somebody pointed that out in the comments in one of the videos. I don't remember which one, but and I also don't remember who it was. I read comments and I like read them and I respond to them with like an appropriate response. Like, I won't just go like, haha, that's funny most of the time, unless I'm in like a really awkward mood and I'm just like, oh, I don't feel like talking to anybody right now. But when I read comments, I go and I look at them, but I never remember who says things. Like, it's so bad of me. I should probably be better at that, but I mean, whatever. I could always credit them later and go look up the comment or like something along those lines. I usually remember what the comment was, though, which I've noticed that a lot of bigger LPers like never respond to comments unless they're insulting. Like, for example, Josh Jepson. I've never seen him respond to a positive comment. Like, which is really bad. I know, and like it's really disappointing when you see people do that, like, because it kind of makes you think that like negative attention gets more, negative feedback gets more attention than positive feedback, so I should be negative, and then everybody will talk to me. That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will become lost. Everybody will become Stalfos. Everybody, Stalfos. He's not here anymore. Only Saw's left. That medicine is made of forest mushrooms. Give it back! Oh my god, I'm so scared. You're going to be too? Oh my god, she's terrifying. That is probably the most terrifying character in the entire game. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's ridiculous how scary that girl is. Like, that you go through a place in this game, 2 places I think, where the entire walls of, like, where you go are lined with skulls of dead people, and that is the most terrifying thing in the game. That says something about how much that girl creeps me the fuck out. Like, Jesus, if I could just like get rid of any character in any game because they're terrifying, that girl would be it. That is more scary than Slender and Amnesia and all the other scary games that people get millions of subscribers for playing. Like, scarier than all of them. And it's some little girl in Ocarina of Time. And that's scarier than basically... Actually, it's scarier and more creepy than pretty much anything in Majora's Mask. I mean, there's one specific thing about a guy turning into a mummy that's pretty terrifying. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing in Majora's Mask that I've ever really found to be absolutely horrifying, like a lot of people seem to think that the game is. This place over here, this place is really awkward to get to because you gotta, like, meander around and such, but hopefully I can preserve the awesome music by making it nighttime the whole entire time that I'm through here, because I have a plan of what I'm gonna do with this music in this place. It's gonna be epic, and you're gonna love it. It's gonna be like its own original song, but it's probably gonna be like, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm probably not gonna really make up lyrics. I'll probably just sing something stupid on the spot, but nevertheless, it's gonna be awesome when we get here, because we're gonna be in this section of the game for quite a while, and well, in quite a while and for quite a while. Like, I think we'll either do 2 or 3 dungeons before this. I'm not actually too sure as of yet, because I might go do the Fire Temple first, because there's nothing really particularly in the Fire Temple that's difficult, and the main reason for coming over here is to go and get Nehru's love. I know I want to come over here before I do the Shadow Temple, however, because the Shadow Temple is just ridiculously difficult, and I don't like it. It hurts me on the insides, Mommy. It hurts me. So yeah, now we got this giant-ass saw. So what the... Like, not saw. We traded the saw for a sword. What the hell do we do with the sword? Like, it's broken. Well, that is the main reason for doing this side quest, is this sword. Because you get something pretty kick-ass. No! No! Get out of here! Before the... Dude, horse! Horse! Cooperate! Get out of here before the music starts playing! Fuck! Go, go, go! Okay, I think I preserved it. Wow, that was way too close. Way too close for comfort. But yeah, what do we do with the sword? That's our main reason for doing this side quest, is to get this sword repaired, because this sword is probably the most broken thing in the game. It's probably the most broken thing in basically any Zelda game. Because it's so overpowered. I'm pretty sure that you can kill King Dodongo in one shot with the Bigoron Sword, which is what we're going to be getting. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure you can kill him with one jump attack. Because when I was doing this, I actually I had to redo all the boss fights, obviously, because I had to redo everything. And the entire thing only took me like 2 hours and 15 minutes, something along those lines. It was pretty close to 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think it was a little bit more, but... anyways, what I did when I fought King Dodongo is I actually used Deku Sticks, and I found out that you can actually kill him in 2 jump attacks with Deku Sticks. Probably 1.5. So you could probably use a jump attack with a Deku Stick and then just hit him regularly with a Deku Stick and probably kill him. because it takes 3 jump attacks with the normal sword. And I think Deku sticks are twice as strong. I'm not 100% sure on that. I know that when people speedrun this game, they do something called the infinite sword glitch, and basically what that does is it holds your sword above your head, and then you will be, like, it constantly registers the sword as being used, as being, like, a sharp object, as opposed to just, like, being in the hilt like this. So you basically walk around with a Deku stick above your head. Actually, this is the other big thing that's different between this save file and the other one. Is basically, like, this right here. This is really convenient, and I would highly recommend going and getting this thing. Basically, what you have to do is you need to plant the seed that you get from that dude in Zora's River that is eating all those beans. Like, you need to go and plant that at that location where that plant was sitting, right outside Dodongo's cavern. And basically what that does is it makes that plant grow in 7 years, and you can use that to get up here a lot more quickly. And it's not required to do the Bigoron Sword quest, because, like, in the last save file I had, I didn't have it, and I was fine. But it makes it a lot easier. I would highly recommend going and planting that, even though it's like 5 minutes out of the way. Doesn't even matter. See if I can get that guy with the. Yes, I can. I wasn't too sure if he could get him with the hook shot. I think I just walked right past him when I did this on my practice file. But I should stop talking about my practice file, because this isn't my practice file. This is my real file. It was wonderful. Everybody loves the real file. Real file. Refile. Holy crap, this dude is ginormous. Talk to him. My brother opened a new store. It's Medigoron's Blade Store. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about your life. This guy talks ridiculously. For some reason, we still have Zelda's letter. Also, I realized that, like, I had the chicken in my inventory still when I got Zelda's letter. And as odd as this is, the Zelda's letter replaces the chicken that you used to wake up Talon that we did in episode 2. And the only logical conclusion of that is that you give Zelda the chicken as a sacrifice for, like, her having your babies. I don't know if that's actually a logical conclusion to come to, but I don't even know what to say past that, other than the fact that I'm probably disgusting, because she's like 11, dude. She's 11. Anyways, I'll probably jump off here just because it's quicker. Or not. I was thinking jump off here. I don't know if you lose health for this. Hopefully not. Yup, you lose health for that. Good thing I have 3 fairies. Yay! So now we have the Zora's prescription thingy, and as awkward as this is, we're actually going to do a dungeon before we go any further in this quest, because King Zora, you'll see, is not able to be talked to at this current moment, and it complicates things for this trading quest. Basically, you need 2 things. You need the first adult dungeon completed in order to do this. Well, you don't need to complete it, but you need something from there in order to finish this trading quest. And you also need to have the horse or the long shot, one of the two, because in order to cross the bridge in Gerudo Valley, you don't need the horse to cross that bridge, but you need either the horse or the long shot, because those are the only 2 things in the game that can get you far enough. A jump strike can't do it for you, unfortunately. Also, I don't remember if I actually did bother to do this in my practice file. Ooh, a fairy! That was convenient. That's my fairy, isn't it? No? Well, it was just a fairy that really wanted to elude me. Alright then. Whatever. Yeah, I don't remember if I did this in my practice file, but I planted this one here as well. You can actually use this to get that heart piece over there, because you could use it to, like, jump around, 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 jump around. Why am I doing this? Jump around. Link, jump properly. Jump around. I'm being annoying. Jump around. Link, jump around properly. Jump around. Jump around. Mushroom soup. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said that. That's so retarded of me. If you don't know what that's from, first of all, Hunter and I referenced it, and it was the only video in our Banjo-Tooie verses that actually had the same name. They're both called Mushroom Soup, and probably for a good reason. But it was the only thing. Well, the only video that had the same name, that we had the same name as each other. Same title. It wasn't like Banjo-Tooie versus part blah 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 or anything like that. I think he does like dashes or something like that in his title, so it's not exactly the same, but it's like we called the video the same thing, basically. And yeah, it's basically a parody of some dude playing Minecraft on the internet, and it's a Retz-a-Prey that's done on a Minecraft that we were a Minecraft video that we were parodying. And on this Minecraft video, basically there were a bunch of comments saying like, I looked through like the YouTube, I looked up Minecraft PvP on YouTube, and I couldn't find anything. There were like 1.4 million results or something stupid like that. And like literally, I looked in the video and I looked at this guy's username, and I typed his username into the YouTube search bar. Sorry, I just bumped the mic there. I typed his username into the YouTube search bar, and that was the third result that came up was that video. It was so easy to find, and the Hunter was absolutely shocked when I found it. Like, how the hell did you do that? Please don't get frozen. Wow, that was actually the first time I've gotten those guys in one cycle. They disappear after a while if you don't get them quickly enough, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Somebody's home at my house. Sorry, one sec.
Okay, I'm back. As odd as this sounds, it's actually 2 days later. Yeah, somebody came home in my house, and I had to stop recording because I needed to go and do things and fold my laundry and such. The perils of being an adult sometimes. But whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah, it's 2 days later, and I actually got my iron ring, so basically, like, had my graduation. So if you hear, like, tapping on the controller, like this, I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but, if you hear tapping that sort of sounds like metal hitting plastic, that would be wise, because I'm not used to having a ring to wear, because I've never actually worn anything like a ring, or, like, jewelry, or anything even remotely close to that. I think I wore a necklace for, like, a month when I was 10. But that was about it. So yeah, that would probably explain why there's so much like tapping and stuff, but it probably shouldn't be anything other than just regular controller clacking sounds, because that's generally what I do. GameCube controller, I've noticed, is very loud compared to a lot of other controllers. Die bat! This is why I hate bats in this game. It's because of that bullshit. These ice bats are the worst because they take forever to kill. So this is basically the main mechanic of this dungeon, is this blue fire here. Now what you need to do is you need to empty a bottle, begrudgingly, because I really don't want to get rid of a fairy for this, but whatever. We can get more fairies. We can always get more fairies because I have the mystical song that leads to fairies. And believe it or not, like, in my first attempt at doing this section of the game, I didn't actually go and get that song until after the Bigoron Sword, so I felt really dumb. I never bothered. I just walked to where you get, like, where you give Kojiro to that dude, and then, like, that was it. I just left the forest and never came back except to get the saw, but whatever. Yeah, and basically what you want to do is you use the blue fire on red ice. It's weird looking ice, basically. You want to use it on this one. So there's two ways to go in this room. You can go left in order to get to a heart piece and a Skulltula, or you could go right like I did and actually go to where you're supposed to go. Now this room sucks. and I will show you why. You will see in a moment why this room is terrible. First of all, you have to go and just like run on these platforms and such. And there's ice bats everywhere in here. Like, that is why they suck, is because of that. Because I obviously killed that guy and he still froze me. The most awkward thing is like this. See, like, I would show you, but it's at kind of an awkward angle to where I am right now. Kill this other guy, hopefully. Maybe. Come towards me. There we go. So he's dead. But the thing that I was thinking was right over here. You see there's this thing covered by red ice, so we can't get to it because you need blue fire, and we don't have blue fire right now. So, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this block this way, and then push it straight. And that should probably be enough to get up to where the blue fire is here. There's 3 places in this dungeon. Actually, maybe 4, I can't actually remember, but there's a few places in this dungeon where you can go and get blue fire. This being one of them in this room, which is nice and convenient, you know. Doesn't hurt to have extra places where you can get blue fire. And now, basically what I want to do is I want to push this block off the pit. Yeah, by the way, I did have my graduation. I think I mentioned that already. It was a lot of fun, actually, except for the fact that, like, well, first of all, like, in the morning there was this luncheon sort of thing, and it was a luncheon, but it was also like a breakfast and a workshop. It was kind of weird, because basically, like, we got there and then registered, and then they gave us our iron ring in like an envelope, and on the envelope it said, like, try this ring on for size, and then put it in your pocket for later so that we can put it on you for the ceremony. Which, the ceremony was a bit of a shit show anyways, so whatever. And then, I know you're not supposed to alert the media. They told you like 40,000 times in the ceremony that you're not supposed to alert the media. And it was like, that was the main running joke, was, A, you're not supposed to alert the media, and B, like, swore on cold iron, and that's something that my friend is gonna, like, call on me for, like, eternity now, is because I swore on cold iron. And if you have no idea what that means, well, that's probably a reasonable thing to say, is that you have no idea what that means, because it's basically like, they had, in the ceremony, they had this weird thing where they had a hammer, and in Morse code, they hammered out SST, which is supposed to stand for, strain and steel, I think it was. They said a lot of things about strain, and a lot of things about, like, strength of materials, and it was a really weird ceremony. I'd heard a lot of rumors about it, but nobody really described what the hell you do, and it's very odd. But what I heard was that, like, there was a lot of singing, and you had to, like, there was a goat or something like that. You had to pray to a goat, somebody told me, which, if you really think about it, sounds like the most retarded thing ever. But honestly, when you go and do the ceremony, you're basically like entering into a cult, and it's really odd. But the ring I have is really shiny. I wish I could show you. I'll probably do a vlog about it at some point, and if I do a vlog about it, then it'll probably be like up by the time this video goes up, because I don't think this video is going up for like 2 more weeks. But whatever. White Wolfos, die. This guy's annoying. Because he never attacks you. I always have the biggest problem with this guy specifically, is because he never attacks you, and it's like, what the fuck. Hit me. There we go. Or sometimes he'll never attack you. Sometimes he'll just sit there and walk around you for like forever, but he only takes 4 hits to kill. Same as the Black Wolfos. The black guy takes as many hits to kill as the white guy. Oh, that's racist. Oh, who cares? I always loved how this room looked too. It's really cool. And let's see what we got in this treasure chest. This is basically the entire reason we came to this dungeon, other than to get 1 piece of blue fire to wake up King Zora, and we got iron boots. So heavy you can't run, so heavy you can't float. That's an accurate description. What the balls? Oh, it's Sheik. Navi, come back here. You're supposed to be mine. We meet again, Cav Dog. If you came here to meet the Zoras, you wasted your time. This is all there is. With one exception, the Zoras are now sealed under this thick ice sheet. I managed to rescue the Zora princess from under the ice, but she left to head for the water temple. This ice is created by an evil curse The monster in the water temple is the source of this curse. Unless you shut off the source, the ice will never melt. If you have courage enough to confront the danger and save the Zoras, I will teach you the melody that leads to the temple. Time passes. People move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. A childish mind will turn to noble ambition. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth. Now listen to the serenade of water to reflect upon yourself.
You've learned the Serenade of Water.
Cavdog, I'll see you again.
Oh, yes, you will. At least 4 more times. At the very least. Actually, I think 5 more times. I think there's 5 more Sheik cutscenes. But yeah, we get the iron boots. That was the important thing that happened. And these boots, they are basically like the reason that a lot of people dislike the water temple. And a lot of people dislike the water temple because of the fact that like it's really difficult. And apparently there's a way that you can screw yourself so you can never finish the game. But actually I need to go get blue fire, so I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, as I was saying, the reason a lot of people hate the water temple was like partially because of the iron boots, because you literally have to go into your inventory every single time that you want to take them off or put them on, and it's really annoying. And the other reason is that the temple is actually like legitimately difficult. It's kind of like well, I'll describe it better when we get there, but basically it's like one room that leads off to 12 other rooms, and then it's kind of confusing because there's like a certain order that you got to do things in. But don't worry about it. I practiced, and I probably will practice again before we go and do the water temple, because I just want to steamroll the living crap out of it to show off to people or something along those lines. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, like it's a pretty, I think it's a pretty easy section of the game. I don't know about everybody else. It's probably the easiest temple to do in terms of not dying, but is probably the longest temple to do, except for maybe the Spirit Temple. But the Spirit Temple, I always seem to find is surprisingly short. Let's turn around and talk to King Zora. Oh, I've come back to life. Was it you who saved me? Don't be nervous. It looks like you have a hard time breathing underwater. As an expression of my gratitude, I grant you this tunic. With this, you won't choke underwater. And he gives you Zora's tunic. This diving suit is adult size, so it won't fit a kid. Wear it underwater, something along those lines. But I don't actually know if you need that tunic in order to go and beat the water temple. I'm not sure. You might be able to do it without it, with just like holding your breath through sections and being very fast. But anyways, let's show him the prescription. Talk to him again. Show it to him. There we go. This time. Oh, this is, well, eye drops. You might say we have them. You might say we don't. We do have the ingredients, so you don't have them, is what you're saying. How could that work? Well, you see, what I said was true, from a certain point of view. Oh my god, I used to work with a guy that said that all the time. Like, this guy and I were like, okay, I watched Star Wars like periodically, like every 6 months, like not any specific Star Wars movie, but I go and watch at least one of them at least every 6 months. And when I started my last job, like over the summer, I worked with this guy who was obsessed with Star Wars. Like, he literally watched the series. Like, he'd go home and he'd watch it, and then like
that's what he would do at the end of every work day. And it's ridiculous. By the way, there's like 5 really easy heart pieces like right here. I just want to point that out because it's just ridiculous how easy these are to get. Like there's 2 in this river. There's 2 in there's 1 in Zora's domain. There's 2 in Zora's fountain that are really easy, and there's 1 in the Ice Cavern that's really easy. Like that's a heart and a half of like really easy heart pieces within like this one little area, which is awesome. But anyways, this guy was so obsessed with Star Wars, like he knew all the quotes, and there were a few that he quoted specifically a lot. One of which being like there's one particular quote from episode 3 where Obi-Wan is fighting Anakin like over the lava place or whatever. I probably should have given a spoiler warning or something like that. I'll probably put that up as like an annotation in the video or something along those lines. But anyways, they're fighting each other, and the dude says like like Obi-Wan is like crying. He doesn't want to fight him because it's like it's like his apprentice. He doesn't want to try and kill his apprentice. But he's screaming like,
"You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!"
I don't know the exact quote, but like that was one that he quoted all the time. Like he literally say that like 4 times a night, every single night. It was ridiculous. Everybody except for me was so sick of hearing it that like we wanted to shoot him. But anyways, yeah, there was that one, and there was also the other one that he quoted a lot. Well, you see, what I said was true from a certain point of view. And that one's from episode 6. Dude, get off the horse. Jesus, Link, don't just sit there and make the horse like walk in place. Just get off. Who cares?